Well, I mean, I think there's a number of things that I liked out of this. Obviously, on and off the court, off the court, having the rhythm and routine of going on the road, traveling, playing, hotels, meetings, shoot arounds, film, all those things in preparation for the upcoming season, and then playing a quality opponent as BYU, um, and just being able to clearly, identify things that we're doing well and things that we need to get better at, and also just we've got 11 new guys on the team, and one of the things that I always tell them is you really only have control of two things: how you react and how you respond. And so I was really excited about how we were going to react and how we were going to respond playing on the road, playing against BYU tonight with this new team.
Hubert, not only the quality opponent in this setting, but I mean, you got to really work on some late game stuff, situational stuff.
We did.
Do you feel like that was another valuable part of this whole experience?
It really was. You just can't get that in practice,
Yeah.
And so what we got today just really helped us at before we went out. I said, the number one thing that I wanted to get from this is I wanted us to take a big step forward in moving forward to potentially being the best possible team that we can become. And whether it's shoot around, pick up, camp game, whatever, I want to win. But there was a lot of things that I was really happy with.
And just to add on to that, it looked like you got what you wanted at the very end, coming out last time out with getting the face or the handoff to Seth on the rush to the goal. I mean, I'm sure you'll take the way that developed.
I will take that. We had two plays. If BYU made one and they were only up by 3, we were still going to call a timeout at half court. I had a play 4-3 and a play 4-2, and we felt very good about the play that we ran, and we got our most athletic, most powerful player attacking the basket, and just fortunately missed it.
Looks like you have some stuff there with Kyan and Henry. Yeah. Kyan missed a lot of time in the first half with the foul trouble, but really had a lot of success there in the second half, finding him and finding some others.
Yeah, Henry's dynamic. He's big. He's good when he has space. Really good on empty side ball screens. We called a couple plays to get him on the roll on the run to the basket, and he has the ability to be able to finish with either hand. And he can really shoot from 3. He didn't hit a 3 tonight, but we felt like the way that BYU was playing ball screens with the 5, that we would have some opportunities to get Henry with some momentum going towards the rim.
Obviously, Caleb brought you a lot of different statistical categories, but what impressed you the most about his game?
It's not just about his game. It's every day. Obviously he's very gifted, but he's a great kid and a great teammate, and his competitiveness, just a joy to coach and to be around. I was, in terms of reacting and responding, I thought he did a really nice job tonight.
And you could see some of that too, right? You were some of the plays, like the block in the first half, I think, to get the shot clock violation, and some of the finishes. I mean, you could see it in this setting, I think.
Yeah, I didn't teach him that. Those are things that he's 6'11", athletic, and be able to finish. And we were able to call some sets to be able to get him in space, to be able to make those moves and buckets. And so we've got to grow. We've got to get better. I've got to get better. And we're looking forward to getting back home and then getting back to practice on Sunday.
A lot of the talk from the players and even you, even the other day, about how competitive things have been. Yeah. Going back to the summer when they had open gym, did you see that competitiveness tonight? And were there moments where you kind of thought, hey, this is an exhibition game, but it feels like this is a game in late February and March?
No, it felt real, and in the huddles it was pretty animated, which I like. And it goes back to the react and respond. I felt like every time it felt like BYU was going to go on a run, we stopped it, and we either caught back up or took the lead. And that was something that another thing that I was happy with.
The turnovers were an issue, particularly in the first half.
No,
What do
they
you
were
think
an
they
issue.
treated that?
They were an issue the whole game. You know, one of the things I take this from Coach Williams. He always says that turnovers are one or two things. It's either selfishness or carelessness. With this group, it is never, ever selfish, but it was just careless. You know, you guys have been at practice. I always say 2-hand passes, 2-hand catches, be fundamentally sound, simple works, make routine plays routinely. And a lot of it, I can't wait to watch a film. I think a lot of them are 1-hand passes, 1-hand catches, you know, shot fake, pass fake. I mean, just basic fundamental things. And I think a little bit in the first half, it reminded me, and I told them this in the huddle, of like the first 2 weeks of practice where everybody's just running around so fast. And I felt like we just needed to settle in. But the turnovers were, I think, the number one determining factor. 19 turnovers, and they scored 16 points off those turnovers, and we lost by 2.
Did you think some of that was because of the foul trouble for Kyan, where you're shuffling around a little bit at the point guard? Because, I mean, he had to sit for a long time in the first half.
I think it was us.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Did you try to push the pace in the second half? Seemed like first 10 minutes you got a lot of transition buckets.
We got a lot of transition buckets in the second half because we rebounded better. We can't run unless we rebound. And so we started rebounding better, and that allowed us to get out in transition and run. So for us, the pace that we want to play on the offensive end, I've clearly identified with this group. It all ties back to defense, and it all ties back to rebounding. You check the box on defending and rebounding, then now we can run.
Any of the local folks have questions for Coach?
I just wanted to ask Coach, in terms of these new high-level matchups you have in the exhibition season, how valuable is that?
It's really huge for us. You know, it's, you know, as I said, on and off the court, it's really big for us. You know, we get a chance to go on the road, go through the routine of shoot-arounds and meals and film and all those types of things. It gives us a chance to just spend uninterrupted, unhurried time together as a team, and especially for one where we have 11 new players. The more we spend time together, the better it is. And then to be able to play on the road against a team like BYU, it really gives you a clear picture of the things that you could be encouraged about and things that we really need to address and get better at. You know, and I felt like BYU did the same thing. You know, they got to play Nebraska and they learned something. And then when they came in here, they grew. And so my hope is that next week in our exhibition game, we've taken steps forward in our growth as well.
Last one, AJ.
Going back to the rebounding and transition, I would imagine Kyan and Seth in transition out there together is something you want to see a lot of.
Yeah, I do. But I like our team in transition. We've got guys that have the ability to run and finish, and we have guys that have the ability to run and spot up from 3 and make it. And so we want to play in transition. That I tell them it would be great if I could go a whole game and live out a primary break and never call a half-court set. Well, in order to do that, we're going to have to get stops and rebound and stop fouling and put them on the free throw line. So those are areas that we've got to improve on.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, thank you.